Good morning. Well, I'm plugging away here. I've got this 480 I've been working on this morning, and yesterday Terry had a good day. He did close to, I think it's 900 acres he did yesterday, so hopefully we can have another good couple days and we can get the fields all ready for next year. One may wonder why we go over our land so many times. Well, when there's we got ruts, and there were ruts in this field, that's why we had to deep till it. So we deep till it, and we want as smooth of a seed bed as possible, so that we can, when it comes to seeding, our ground is fairly flat, fairly, our moisture is uniform, and if we don't harrow it, I'll stop at the corner here in a bit and I'll show you, but the harrowing just does a very nice levels the dirt off, any lumps, and makes for a beautiful seed bed for next year. If we don't work the ground and we don't get the ruts out of the ground, and then the ruts, then we can't just harrow it. We got to deep till it. The ruts were on this field, they were about, in some areas they were about 10 inches deep by the square, and that just, you have to deep till, work the ground in order to get those ruts out of there. And they were all over the place. It wasn't like we don't want to just work the ruts, just work the strips. That's you work the whole field, so that's what we did. Now we got a harrow. What's that? Yeah. Then we can do it in 3.
Should be good. Perfect. What's it dry at? We're going to be right in that nice range of, should be coming out about, when it's cool, it should be about 15.1-ish. So, all good.
Temperature probe, and what we do
is we're actually using temperature of the grain to help dry it, that extra point, which gives us a lot more capacity in our dryer. So what you're gonna notice, I'll give you a couple probes here. Temperature probes, that is. When the grain's coming in, we're running around 13 degrees Celsius. And that's the temperature that's coming in. So that's when it's wet. That's what we're combining it at. And that's all good. In fact, we're very happy with that, because normally when we're combining corn here, we are in single digits at best case scenario. Often we've actually been sub-zero. So anyway, into the freezing temperatures. So 13 degrees is awesome, making our drying costs, everything cheaper. So we got the two fans. Top one, we got burners running in both. We don't always have to do that, but what we're doing is we're running burners in both. So the top one there is running around 240, and the bottom burner is running around 220. And that way when we're dropping it hot. And so what you're going to see here is that grain. The grain, when it's coming out of the dryer, is running about 70 to 75 degrees Celsius, which is very, very hot. And then what we're doing is we got two dry bins, and the reason we have that is it gives it what we call steeping time. And so while a bin is filling, it's sitting there. So this bin, the whole time it's been filling, well, we get to about 2/3 full. So this is a 4,000 bushel bin. When we get right around 2,500 to 3,000 bushels, we're going to turn the fan on. And that's why you end up with the steam coming. So you're now putting in air that's 13 degrees into a product that is 75 degrees Celsius. And that's where the moisture is coming out. So now what's happening is, while that grain is sitting in there and steeping, it's actually using the inner temperature of the grain itself to dry. And so then when we turn the fan on, we ram all that cold air out, and that's pushing the moisture right out the top. And that way, when we're hauling the grain out, oh, I should have done it. We just finished loading the truck. Actually, here's corn. So this is the stuff that's been in the dryer or been cooled. It's coming in at 6 degrees Celsius. So like I said, it's interesting how you're using temperature of itself, of the grain itself, to help dry it for a little bit. And we're probably taking out an extra point by doing it this way, which is saving ourselves propane and just drying costs. So that's kind of what we're doing. One of the interesting side effects of it is this bin is full of corn, right? And normally seeing, you can see it, there's water running out of the bottom.
Problem with harrowing is I never have to get out of the tractor. With the hydrogen, at least I gotta get out and change tanks every couple hours. But we have rain gauges on all of our fields, and I don't think we're needing them this year anymore. So I'll clean that up before she freezes. And I'll show you a little bit on how the harrows work. You can see, not sure if you can see or not, it's not even, not level, there's bigger lumps. This all needs to get harrowed so you get some and the moment you get across, or you get trenches from the deep tiller, you can see the line. So this has been worked, and this is a lot smoother, a lot level, more leveler, however you want to see it. And then after our winter, then after the frost and the snow, it'll smash some of these lumps up even more, and it'll look even better. So it's working awesome. And I'm just about done this 480. I've got just a little bit of a triangle left and moving on. Cover a lot of ground in one day. All goes well. I'm going roughly 9 miles an hour, 90 feet. It's about 90-ish acres an hour. The field that we had all that hail on. So we had lots of rain, and then we got or hail. No, we got lots of rain. Then the hail came right after, and these beans ended up doing a lot better than we thought. This field in particular did just about 30, and it had over 40% damage on the beans. And the other field didn't do quite as good. It was around 20 bushels to the acre. But it had more damage on it. It looked worse. So we were hoping that we'd average around 20 bushel an acre on all the beans that got hit with hail. So we averaged, I'd say in the mid-20s. I think it was is what it ended up being. I have never had hail come in and hit a field like that before, where the hail was that size. That was big hail, and not fun. Looks like the tractor's gonna need a little bit of a wash job after that. It's getting pretty dusty, not red everywhere. Next week, hopefully next week. It's Friday, and we're hoping that if we can maintain this, we're hoping by Monday. Hoping Monday we're completely done in the field. We've had a few little hiccups. The Cargill was supposed to come out and float some of our fertilizer today, and their floater broke down, so they're only able to come now. Hopefully tomorrow. So if we can do that, then the last of our fertilizer should be incorporated tomorrow. And then we should have some harrowing to do on Monday. Hopefully. Well, Cargill's floater didn't come, and they're not coming until hopefully tomorrow. So Terry really likes driving this tractor. So we're gonna switch things up here. I'm gonna get him harrowing. Oh, you could have stayed in there, Terry.
Oh, okay.
Then I can, you can try number 3 right away.
Which number?
3? That's good? Number 2. Number 1. Good. All right, got Terry going. He's got 240 acres here to do. I'm gonna take this tractor back. I'm low on fuel, and I'm gonna go head back to the dryer and see how the guys are making out with corn. I don't like being away from that. It's typically I'm around during corn harvest, and I feel like I've missed a whole bunch our corn harvest. I got to drive our combine in corn, but not for our